Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Rustam, and today I am going to record my first lecture for the course titled Applied Linguistics. This course is offered to BS 7th semester students studying linguistics. The course is offered by University of Hazara as well as Aptabad University of Science and Technology, Aptabad. Today's topic is Scope of Applied Linguistics. If you want to have more such videos on the same topic, you are requested to subscribe the channel Rustam's Way of Learning English. So now just have a look at this slide, that what is the scope of applied linguistics. In order to understand what is applied linguistics and what is linguistics, so linguistics deals with areas such as psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics, functional linguistics, and corpus linguistics. So this linguistic just deals with areas where it does not involve itself in decision making. So it just describes. Okay, the linguistic just describe all these areas which I just mentioned, like psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics, functional linguistics, and it explains, but it doesn't engage with decision making. So in contrast with linguistics, we have applied linguistics. What does applied linguistics do? It engages in decision making. So it is concerned with decision making, and it mediates, or it acts as a negotiator between different perspectives concerning social or political issues in which language is implicated. Now, what are those issues where language is implicated in society? Like, let's take up political issues. Like, there can be an issue about standard language versus dialectic language. Let's give you an example from Hindko. Hindko is spoken in Kohat, Peshawar, and in Hazara. Now, Hindko has these dialects. You can say Kohati Hindko, Peshawari Hindko, and Hazarian Hindko. Now, if we have to make a decision that which dialect has to be adopted as standard variety of Hindko, then if there is a kind of debate, or there is a quarrel over this issue, so applied linguistics, applied linguists will have to be called in, and they are going to make a decision. Like, there can be another quarrel over correctness versus incorrectness. So if some groups have got different perspectives about these two issues, so who is going to intervene? It is applied linguists who are going to intervene. So the decision making has to be done by applied linguistics. So what is correct and what is incorrect? Let's say someone says it's me, it is incorrect, and someone says no, it's I. There are two sentences, it's me, it's I. So who is going to make the decision? Applied linguistics. Now there is another controversy, that what is the definition of native speaker or non-native speaker. So this there are different perspectives about let me highlight this word, perspectives. So whenever there are two parties quarreling over this issue, it doesn't mean that one party is in the right and the other one is wrong or in the wrong. No, they have got two different perspectives about an issue. So it is applied linguistics which has to intervene and settle down this controversy or quarrel. Then we have a quarrel over prescriptivism versus descriptivism. Here again, applied linguistics has to intervene. Then there are attitudes towards language. One is academic attitude. Another one is popular attitude. In academic attitude, people think that all languages are equal and there is no intrinsic superiority of one language over the other. But in contrast, this attitude towards language, there is a popular attitude towards language which says that some languages are easy, some languages are difficult. Some people say that some languages are romantic and some say that some languages are logical, some languages are easy to learn, some languages are difficult to learn. So there is a controversy between academic attitude towards language and popular attitude towards language. So who is going to settle down this controversy? It is applied linguistics that is going to settle down this issue. So it means scope of applied linguistics is quite broad, and it is applied linguistics is there wherever there is language. So language is in society, and language is implicated in many fields in practical life. So wherever there is an issue concerning language, applied linguistics has to play its role, and it is going to act as a negotiator or a mediator. It is going to settle down issues. So simply speaking, linguistics cannot settle down issues. Linguistics just it can explain things. It can just describe things, and it does not have anything to do with decision making. But applied linguistics has something to do with decision making. So the scope and horizon of canvas of applied linguistics is quite broad. Now see what are the issues where the language is implicated in society. I have just mentioned few areas on this slide. Inshallah, when I'm going to record my second lecture on this topic, applied linguistics, scope of applied linguistics, I'm gonna give a detail about these areas. One of the major area that language is implicated is critical discourse analysis. People use language for manufacturing consent. So when this is a very important language area, language or discourse, particularly discourse, can be used to to manipulate certain groups. So if critical, what does this this field does? Critical discourse analysis. It uncovers manipulation of the marginalized groups, and it empowers those who are being manipulated. Some uses of language, they seek to control and influence our ideas in the service of some vested political or commercial interest. We can say there are sinister uses of language. So there is a need to critically evaluate such language discourse, or we have to unless we do it, let's say, we will not be able to combat the hegemonic powers. So there are hegemonic powers, like let me give you an example, that when the Britishers came as colonizers in India in the garb of East India Company. So when they settled down and they saw that Indians, they had superior culture and they have a rich language like Persian. So in order to put Persian onto the back seat, they coined a phrase that "Paro Farsi becho tel." So just those who are going to study Persian, they will not have lucrative jobs. They will just roam around the streets and they will sell oil, hair oil. Okay, so that was a menial job, and people didn't like to be roaming around the streets and selling this oil. So this was a discourse which tried to what should I say, which tried to kind of put into obscurity the status of Persian. So we need to be very aware of this very sinister use of language. So this is very important area. I'll talk about it in detail in the next video. Then is forensic linguistics. So wherever there is a crime, and the language is called for, like the development of deployment of linguistic evidence in criminal and other legal investigations. For example, to establish the authorship of a document. Let's say someone says that this letter has been written by, let's say, someone, and the person refuses to have written that letter, that document, let's say a signature, even someone says I haven't signed a check, etc. So it is applied linguistics that is going to investigate and settle down the issue. I will talk about it in another video in which we are going to talk about all these things, particularly speech acts, like wherever there are speech acts involved, forensic linguistics is there. Then clinical linguistics, it deals with different speech disorders. Then information design, this is the era of information design. So information is designed in such a way that it attracts clients. It's a very important area of applied linguistics. Lexicography, dictionaries, art of publishing dictionaries. So how corpus, spoken corpus or spoken discourse and written discourse, they serve a lot of corpus in composing dictionaries. Then literary stylistics, like it is in contrast to traditional literary criticism. Literary criticism just focuses on the content or the theme of a literary text, and in contrast to literary criticism, we have linguistics view, which just focuses on the form or the code of the language, and it is literary stylistics which intervenes between linguistics view as well as literary criticism view, and it foregrounds this code of the language and puts into the background the content for a while. Anyhow, it's a very interesting area of applied linguistics. Then we come to translation and interpretation. Then we have language planning, and there are few other areas where language is implicated. So these are some of the areas where language is involved. So wherever there is language involved, applied linguistics is there. So if someone asks what is the use of studying applied linguistics, so we must be able to convince the person who puts up this question that yes, there is a need, because if in criminology, let's say someone calls someone and then says though it was not his or her voice, who is going to decide? Who is going to print out this audiograph? Who is going to decide that whose pen has been used to write a forged letter? So yes, forensic linguistics is there, clinical linguistics is there. So all these areas means that applied linguistics has a wide range of canvas in which it has to intervene, it has to make decision. But dear students who are studying BS English, here in this course you will just be introduced to applied linguistics. So in-depth study is not called for at BS level, but at least you must know that what is linguistics and what is applied linguistics. What is the difference between the two terms? Linguistics just describes things like what happens when language goes into the mind, first language acquisition, second language learning. So these decisions concern linguistics, that is psycholinguistics. How language is used in society, that is sociolinguistics, and that is related to linguistics, because there is no decision making involved, just description. But when you have to describe things, when you have to take decisions, when you have to act as a mediator, when you have to act as a negotiator, then applied linguistics come in operation, and its scope is really broad, because all these areas and many more demand involvement of linguistics. That's all for today's course, today's recording. Then inshallah in the next video I'll take up each issue separately, and I will give you certain examples so that you may have a very good idea what is CDA and what is FL, etc. Thank you very much.